Well, business is trickling in a little bit at a time. Got a weed eater in yesterday. I don't know if I told you about that one or not. I can't remember. He brought two, but the other one has a damaged cylinder. It's sitting. It's that one right there. The junk man always likes it at the end of the year when I call him up. The scrap man. And that one just needs a carburetor. So then I got this one in today. He called a few weeks ago, said it wasn't tracking right. Said there was something wrong with the left side. So I told him, you know, check the tire pressures. And well, I didn't hear from him again, so I figured, okay, well, I guess that fixed it. Well, then yesterday he called and says, hey, there's something wrong with my PTO. Can you take a look at it? I said, sure, yeah. So he brought it over today, and I didn't realize it was the same guy. I had no idea. And I said, well, he said something about it wouldn't go or not tracking correctly, and that the PTO was bad, or there was something wrong with the PTO. So he brought it over, and I said, okay, so what's wrong with it? And so he was explaining to me that it wouldn't engage, the blades wouldn't engage. I said, oh, okay, good. So I thought you said something about the transmission wasn't working. He said, oh yeah, I called you 3 weeks ago. Well, okay. But what it was, I mean, I didn't have any problems with it. I went out on the road, did donuts, and laid black marks. I was deliberately trying to leave black marks on the pavement when I was doing 0 turns to make sure that the transmission was holding up. If you leave a black mark, you don't have a weak transmission. But this tire had 0 pressure in it. It was still inflated, but it was 0 pressure. And this one was 3 pounds over pressure. This was at 15, it's supposed to be at 12. So that means this side was, you know, had a wider stance. This side was dragging because it was low on pressure. So I just aired them up. Seems to work. And I told him, and he said, well, I still want you to top off the transmission with oil. Well, that oil's not cheap. So I said, okay. I don't know if it really needs topped off. They're not leaking. They look good. So I'll put a little in it and see what happens. He's getting charged for the whole bottle, though. I know the trolls will say, you can't do that. Well, I wouldn't have bought it unless he needed it. What am I going to do with it? Use it for the next guy. So, but then the PTO, there's nothing wrong with the PTO. What it was is there was a piece of stick stuck, and it jammed up the blade on this side. And I guess they kept running it, which flat spot the belt all the way around. It took that V shape right out of it. So basically I have 2 flats now. And the belt was, so then I got it to spin with the PTO. The blades turned on for about 2 seconds, then the belt fell off. And because there's no tension on it. I mean, there's just no material left on this. So I ordered a new belt. That should fix it. I can't find anything else wrong with it. So fingers crossed that works. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I don't think these are inflatable. The fronts, I think that's just solid. And I'll tell you, I can't get over this weather. I mean, we are really cold. They're still saying this is going to be the warmest year on record since the 90s or something. But it's almost 30. I think we hit 39 degrees at one point today. It's May 5th. I mean, we're not warming up. We got into the 60s for the last few days. It was pretty pleasant. But it's cold again. And the temperatures are dropping. That's the thing. It's not getting warmer today. We started out the day at 60 degrees. Been getting colder all day. So, and they're also saying that we're in a drought. I don't understand how they can say that. I mean, it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. We can't be in a drought. Roads are flooded. It rains. 2 or 3 times a week. There's no way we're in a drought. Grass is growing. Well, if it stays warm, grass grows. I was supposed to get a package, but the package just drove right by me. I don't understand that. So just to clarify about packages. Yesterday, the mailman was late. I needed that PTO so I could get it on the John Deere and get it to the guy. Now, he's supposed to be here at 9:30. It's what he says all the time. And I needed that PTO. And he didn't get here till about 11:30. Today, I had some inner tubes that I wanted to restock. You know, I keep a few inner tubes of the most common sizes. And showed up at 9:30. He does it every time I need the part today. He runs late. There's just no way that he knows that. There's no way. But he also scolded me because there's ants in my mailbox. Okay, you got to spray that. That's your responsibility. Well, I'm not really sure why that's important. I mean, it's ants. You throw mail in it. I mean, are you really getting stung or anything? Seems like that's more my problem than yours. But he's like that. I mean, the old one, I don't know. They were both pretty bad. So, what else is going on today? There's not a lot going on. I mean, it's just too cold. Nobody's mowing. And this guy over here is supposed to be here tomorrow to pick this Poland up. We'll see. I just have this weird suspicion about him. I mean, he drove all the way from one of the big towns to bring it here. And I just can't understand why the big town guy quoted him $500 to put 2 spindles on. I don't even understand that. The spindles were 55 bucks. Even if you're charging $100 an hour, it's a 15-minute job. So, you know, you charge $100 for the hour. It's 155 bucks. Where did he get $500? But it's interesting because this one came from the other side. It's interesting. We're like right in the center of 2 big towns, exactly the same distance apart. So, but he came from the other town, and I don't understand that because there's a Gravely dealer in that other town. I don't know why you wouldn't have taken it to the Gravely dealer. And when you type lawnmower repair for that town, I don't even show up in Google. I show up in Google for this area, but not for that town. So I don't even know how he found me. So I guess the word's getting out that I do good work and I'm not overly expensive, and I try to be pretty quick. I mean, I don't think 10 days is unreasonable. I would imagine if he did call that Gravely dealer, it's 3 to 5 weeks. And, you know, you just can't wait that long for your grass. Of course, they could be bringing their mowers in earlier. That's what's so funny. They want it tomorrow. That's the thing, is I wanted to put I gave them a choice. I always give them a choice. You know, the higher quality belt. But it was going to take until next week to put on. Or the low quality belt. And it'll get here in 2 days. He said, nah, use the low quality belt. So, okay, low quality belt it is, but he's not getting a warranty on that. If it breaks, that's on him. I told him, high quality, low quality. I even messaged it so he knew that, you know, so at least it's documented. I did ask. So even when it went to court, he didn't reply, he called. Even when it went to court and he wanted his warranty, then like I said, look, he called and told me he wanted that. Here's the evidence that I sent that, you know, I gave him an option. Why would I just decide to go with the cheaper one? I can make more money. I could use the argument. I can make more money selling the more expensive one. So, anyway, he doesn't seem like an unreasonable guy. He seemed pretty reasonable. What else is going on other than the cold? I mean, it's just having to run the generator more. I told you about the guy who cussed at me. I mean, really, you know, that just really puts a stress on you. I just don't understand people. Look, people want to know why I talk about this hobby business so much. And really, this is the reason why. I mean, I could talk about off-grid, I guess, but what's the point in talking about off-grid when everything's already done? So, you have to progress is the thing. Since I wasn't making money on YouTube anymore, you know that I had to start working on lawnmowers. That was just a fact. We had to do it. But I've always wanted to work on lawnmowers, and I've told you this in the past. We had a choice. Either we could travel in our pop-up camper and make YouTube videos, or we could start up a lawnmower repair business. And that was the options. And we decided to go with the traveling. Well, we traveled for a while, and then we moved here, and that was, you know, exciting. And now we're doing a lawnmower repair business. What I did learn, and fate and God and all that came together, is there is no way I would have been able to handle a lawnmower repair business in the town that we were going to set it up in. That would have been way too stressful. It's stressful here, talking to people, dealing with people. I don't want to deal with them. They're just unacceptable. Behavior has went so far downhill in the last 10 years. I mean, that's when Carolyn and I kind of just stepped out of it all. You know, 2017 roughly, I think is when we started traveling. We just kind of stepped away from society, and since then society has just, it's plummeted. I just can't imagine anybody walking into a store and the first words out of their mouth is F you or F that, or, you know, I just can't imagine that. And I've been, you know, I discussed it with AI for a minute to find out if any other shop owner would have put up with it. And AI says that they would, but I remember back in the 70s, there was this mechanic guy I knew. I don't think he would have put up with it. Not in at least a little bit. I mean, that's just unacceptable. No. And then my first wife's father, he was my father-in-law. He owned an auto body shop. I told you about that. He kind of taught me some stuff. I'm not like an expert auto body guy, but he's the reason I was able to redo that John Deere and paint it and make it look real pretty. It's the icon on my other channel. That's the John Deere. So he taught me how to do that. But anyway, he wouldn't have tolerated it at all. I mean, he barely tolerated me. Well, I don't know if he did tolerate me or not, but he just wouldn't have done it. I'd never heard that guy cuss, to be honest. Never heard him once cuss. But he was tough. He was a jerk. He really was a jerk. So no, I don't think back a few 10 years ago or so, people would have been allowed to cuss like that. And it's happened to me twice in just 2 weeks. So I'm not going to put up with it. If you'll click this up next box to take the video over to my other channel, I'll really appreciate it. Go check it out. I think I'm going to go inside because it's cold. So I hope this video inspires you to, I don't know, don't take the heat so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.